Welcome to a little tomfoolery, Rob Little and Tommy Ryman. A podcast filled with laughs and gaffs, guffaws and haws, and maybe a picture of a dog. A little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery. A little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery, a little tomfoolery. Fools!
Good morning, good day, and good evening. Welcome to a little tomfoolery with your host, Rob Little, and as always, my good buddy, we got him back, Tommy Ryman.
Oh, so good to be back, Rob, on the Fool Nation podcast, Little Tomfoolery. Welcome, fools.
Fool Nation!
Yes. It's been a while, Rob. We've been busy boys.
I know it, right? All over the planet, too. We were even in the same state and didn't even get to see each other.
I know. We were literally an hour and a half away from each other. Couldn't make it happen.
I know. It would have been me. I would have had to keep driving to see you, and then I was limited time. And
well, depending on what time you had gotten to your place, we could have driven up, but Megan and I ended up that day, actually, like, I was so confused. I was in so many different time zones over the 5 days that that day we literally woke up at noon and we had stuff we wanted to do. And I was like, oh, it's gotta be 7 a.m. And I was like, nope, it's noon. It was, we were so tired.
You needed to sleep, man.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have one of those days today. And I woke up at 7 because a friend wanted to meet for breakfast. And it was good, but I would rather sleep it. Not to be mean, but I just,
Where are you right now?
I am in Holland, Michigan.
Okay.
Which is, you have been here?
Mm-hmm.
It's,
I don't know why.
It is the, what are those, not clogs, but what are those shoes, the wooden shoes? You know what I'm talking about?
I thought those were clogs.
Are they called clogs?
Yeah, I thought.
Maybe they're just called wooden shoes, I think, because I just went to an antique mall and they had them everywhere. And I found a couple things, but I mean, nothing. I found an old ice cream sign, which was kind of cool. And then, of course, some fish and stuff. But anyways, let's get back to what you have been doing the last 2 weeks, because you've been crazy busy.
Yeah. And I kind of wanted to switch things up. I just wanted to test this. I wanted to give our dates of where we're going to be early in the show, just because in case people don't go through the whole podcast.
Okay.
So I was going to wonder, where are you performing this weekend, Rob?
Right. Tonight, actually, I'm performing in Muskegon at Back Alley Comedy Club. And then Friday, I'm doing a private show for the American Italian Club in Denison, Ohio.
Wow.
And
crazy.
I've never, I dated a girl that was Italian, and so I know a few Italian words, but this group, they saw me in Myrtle Beach and they were like, oh my God, would you do our show? And I was like, yeah. And they had, they were so fun, and I'm bringing an Italian opener. And then, that's Friday. And then Saturday, I'm doing, my realtor puts on a show for everybody that's ever bought a house from her. And so last year I went and she had me put on a little show for people, and I'm doing it again this year. So
cool.
Yeah.
Those will be fun. That's awesome.
It's all fun ones, man. So what do you got going on?
I'm big one. I'm gearing up for it. November 24th through the 27th. I'm doing my third album recording at Acme Comedy. So tickets are selling fast, but I just want to remind people that they should get their tickets if they want to go. It's Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So
why not Thursday?
Because that's Thanksgiving. That is the day where we stuff our face. I always like to have one day off a week.
Oh my God. So you're gonna tape all 3 nights?
Yeah, we're taping all 5 shows.
So great.
Hopefully we'll pick the best one. It'll probably come from one show, but they can cut them together too.
Yeah, because you never know if you sneak something else in. That a lot of people think that's all one show, but there's nobody does that. It's always, I mean, I think Regan did it with one live show he did on Comedy Central, but the rest, everybody records several. And usually I've only ever recorded 2 at the most, but Yeah, you want to do at least 2, but
Yeah.
doing 5, I mean, you're gonna crush it. There's no
Yeah,
way
well-
you can't.
So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to it, man. You got a name for this album?
I don't know yet. I did a radio show the other day, and the audience were trying to help me come up with different names, but because my last album I named so fast, I was like having the time of my life. It's like a phrase that I say. I had such an image, but now I might call it Waffles. I might call it I don't know. I gotta figure April Fools, Hairless Guinea Pig, Tommy Ryman, Live at Acme. Who know? I don't know
Your live album.
what to do.
The Black Album.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do some. Well, what are your main topics you're doing? Which ones because the ones I saw you do were the ones about the Roomba.
Yeah, the new Smart House is
Smart
another
House,
title I
yeah.
might call it. But so I'm not sure.
How about Tommy in the Smart House?
Tommy and the Smart House.
That's it's like catchy.
like the big house, but the Smart House.
Yeah, sounds like a band too, even.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Netflix presents Tommy Ryman. Somebody told me to do that. So then it's like I have a Netflix special.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Netflix, HBO. Yeah, that's all good. Have you ever tried selling one of your specials to Netflix?
No, I never, because I just did them through Dry Bar. I never self-produced a special, so I wouldn't know how to.
I sent my last one to Netflix, and I never heard a word. But I've heard a few guys doing that's how they've sold they recorded it themselves, so it cost Netflix nothing except to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But to produce it and everything was nothing. So if I would have had a manager at the time to do it, I probably should have did it that way. But mine was a 7-camera shoot, so I was like, oh, this would be easy for them to pick this up, but I never heard a word, so I don't know. Could be unsolicited, to them, so they just toss it.
Yeah, just interesting. Yeah, I don't know what the whole process of selling one is. I assume you just leave it places and you be like, you should buy it. You should put this on your streaming service.
Well, you got a company doing this for you, right?
Yeah, the label for the album, I have a record label, so that Ghost Runner Records now is this label.
Right. I don't know, do you have a main agent or a manager? I didn't know this.
But the record label, they contacted me, but they're just the ones that'll just
record it, right?
Record it and then help get it distributed to Sirius and the right places.
But you do have a manager?
Yeah.
How did I not know this? Who is it?
His name is Justin Silvera. His
okay.
Manager is Jeff Dye. He's not. No, he's independent.
Oh, okay.
He's a great manager.
He'd be the one. He'd be the one to do it for you.
Yeah, if I was going to record a special and sell it.
Yeah, and try to sell it to Netflix or any of them, any of the streaming services.
But I just did the Dry Bar one, so now I got to write another hour before I can attempt to sell a special.
Well, you're saying the special that you're recording now is part of the Dry Bar one?
Well, what I'm recording at Acme is the audio, so this is just an album.
Why wouldn't you record the video too?
I'm gonna do video, but I don't know if because the Dry Bar special is going to be some of the same material. So the album will come out and then my special will come out, and I'm hoping the Dry Bar special will bring people to the album. But I will have like 4K camera. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the film footage, because I may just cut it up and get it on TikTok and stuff.
You gotta record that. I would hire somebody to do that if I was you.
Yeah, we'll see. But the material is already recorded for the Dry Bar special.
Okay.
Like 30 of it out of the.
And they 45. Own it then or something?
They own that performance. I could record another one, but I just don't want to confuse my fans. They'll be like, wait, why do I watch this? And then I got to watch this one at a different place, but it's the same jokes, but just a little later. So.
Yeah, but you're putting more into it too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this one will be longer, but I think I'm going to prep for a big one, because the Dry Bars are shorter specials now. Like my original one was 40 minutes. This one's only 25. the album will be like 45. So technically I could do a second dry bar with the material that I didn't do. That was the other plan. It was like, oh, here's the second part of my special. So I'd have 2 dry bars that are basically the one album.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then, and
I'm sorry, man. I actually have some prescriptions I could go pick up because I got a dry cough I cannot get rid of here.
uh-oh, but it's not the thing.
No, it's not.
That's a bummer.
I know it's going around up here for some reason, but driving me nuts, dude. It's keeping me awake. I can't sleep. And I can't get rid of it. So I called my doctor and I just got an email saying that it's ready to pick up. So
you got up there a while ago. I'm going to no more talk about the weird special stuff. We're moving on.
Why weird special stuff? It's phenomenal. It's super exciting, man.
Well,
to me, it's interesting. I don't care if I think it would be interesting to a lot of people, and you just don't think it would be, but it is. Sorry. So what I've been working on, I got into town. I've been here almost exactly 2 weeks in Michigan, and I've done shows. I've only had 2 nights off.
Wow. And then on those nights off, wasn't it like Brady's birthday?
Yep. And then the other one, I took Brady and my mom to the movies.
Nice. Oh, what'd you guys see?
The new Marvel.
Oh, was it good?
Eternals. He loved it.
Oh, okay.
I fell asleep 4 times.
That's what I've heard. It's a little long.
It's long and it's slow, man. It's all set up. It's set up for whatever's coming after this, because even the monsters, you're like, really? This is the best you guys could come up with for them to fight? They're immortals or whatever they are. I don't know. They're like gods almost, you know, but they are, you can actually kill them, but
all right.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just not to give it I'm not trying to give it away for people that haven't seen it yet, but to me I thought it was boring as hell, but he loved it. And to me, it was like some of the characters are just ripoffs of characters that are already out. Like one of the main guy that's like the toughest is Superman, basically. Yeah, like there's one guy that's basically there's one guy that's basically the Incredible Hulk, except he's a black dude and he's nothing, like he's just he's tough dude. And then he's Asian. And then there's like the black guys. I'm trying to think. They all were like something. There was one that was like a Wonder Woman. It was ridiculous.
Huh. Yeah, I guess there's only so much you can do with hero. I mean, it's like, yep, they're all strong and they do stuff and they got to battle a really big universe thing.
Yeah, exactly. So so literally every show I'm looking at my calendar right now. Every show has all been sold out. Every one of them. And I did several theaters in this 2 weeks. And I had one that was a nightmare.
Oh no. Which one?
A nightmare, dude. It was a bar in the city, not too far from me. And it was first time playing it. It was packed, sold out, but it was Veterans Day. And there was a table. The stage was like way too far from the crowd. So I just came right out and stood on 2 chairs right in the middle of the crowd.
Wow.
And it was kind of a way to get their attention too, because they were very chatty. Well, once I did that, they all were like, whoa, let's pay attention to this. Well, the table I stood right next to was a table of bikers.
Oh no.
That didn't pay because they're regulars, I guess. And they were blottoed, man. They were so drunk. And then I'm trying to like shut them up by ripping on them and stuff. And I'm getting good jabs in, but it was like jabbing a ghost. They didn't care.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? You go right through them and they just kept talking the whole time. And then come to find out the loudest one was a veteran. So now I can't, what do I say?
Yeah.
I wanted to be like, as a veteran, I would think you'd be a little more respectful, but this guy was a borderline, like would have blown up and jumped up and probably started a fight with me.
Wow.
So, and then I had friends that had never seen me before. And then another friend that brought their kid, and this table's sending me up shots left and right. I did 10 shots on stage.
Robbie.
And not one of them affected me. I was the adrenaline was so I mean, I come off stage, my mom's like, how are you standing right now? I'm like, I'm not even drunk. I was like, my mom was there too.
Nice. Wow.
It was just, it was horrible, dude. Horrible. And then people are coming, that was a good show. And you're like, don't even say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know when it's not a good show. And I was doing everything I could, man. But it was painful, man. But every other one's been phenomenal. So I did a new theater in Midland, Michigan, kind of by where I'm from, and sold out, standing ovation. Bunch of my teachers that I grew up with were there.
Wow.
And I did squeaky clean, no dirty stuff, and there was a bunch of kids in the crowd. It was the best show of the whole 2 weeks.
Oh, that sounds fun. That was the one you were worried about because they were had to wear masks.
Yes.
Stuff. But you didn't have to wear them.
I didn't have to wear them. Nope. So I went out, and I don't know if I told you this. I went out on stage, and I've done shows, I think you have too, where there was hearing impaired or deaf people in the crowd, and then there's an interpreter. And when they laugh, they put their hands up and they do like a little shaking, right?
Yeah.
So I go, hey, I can't see you guys laughing. And I explain it. And I go, how about we just all put our hands up and do this, you know? And they kind of did it for a while, but after a while, it just petered out. And then you could see their heads all going back when they were laughing, you know?
Yeah.
But it was so fun. I was like, oh, why can't they all be like this one?
Yeah. Those theater shows can be a real blast.
Theaters are just it's like a reward. I feel like as a comedian, once you get to a level and you start playing a lot of theaters, it's easy. Every theater I've ever done is easy.
Yeah.
You slow your pace, do the jokes, and they all pay attention. No hecklers, no jerks.
Yeah. The sound is always good. The lights are it's just a good overall.
Yeah, man. So I got one more tonight, and then I got 2 days off. I have no idea what I'm gonna do the next 2 days.
On your 2 days off?
Yeah, I don't have no place to stay or anything.
Oh, well, get a hotel and rest up. Make sure you get that cough taken care of.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do. So yeah. Anyways. What do you got? We doing any games this week? Well,
let me tell you what my week was like, though.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's what we were. Sorry. Yeah. How was your week?
It was great. We were close to each other because the last thing I did was Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase, which was so fun. That club is awesome. I'm so glad Roger made it through the pandemic. His health stuff is better. But I did it. The late show, I did have these two girls that were talking, and they were kind of talking throughout the feature set. And so I rarely go after the crowd. I try to ignore it. And so I turned to them and I go, what's going on? Because they were just at full volume. And I was just like, do you want to go outside? Like, well, let's figure this out. Because I was like, it's just distracting. And then the manager, she came in and talked to them. And then I almost wish I had never brought it up because now they stayed and they were quiet, but they just absolutely glared like miserable. And at the end, one of them was like, sorry, we were so disruptive. And I was like, well, no, you just can't talk, like you can like talk to your neighbor, but they were literally full conversation, like looking at, I don't know what they were trying to do. So, but everybody else had a blast. And that's when I finally got the order of the new hour, which was good. And then before that though, I was so confused because that was the 6th hotel I had stayed at within the 10 days. Cause I had started our trip in San Diego, then up to Redondo. I did like the Hollywood Improv. Then I had to fly to North Carolina. I did that conference. Then I flew back to LA. Then Megan and I went to Disney for 2 days. Then we flew to Michigan. Like that's why I still don't know like what day it is or what time it is. I've never had that intensive a travel.
Yeah. I haven't done shows on a Monday and Tuesday in forever. So it feels like it's the weekend to me, but how'd your Hollywood Improv show go?
That was really fun. That was in the Improv Lab. And my friend Amber Preston runs a show called Punchline Punch Out, which now it's just a showcase show. It used to be like that show that I talked about where you come up with, they give you a word and you write new stuff.
Okay.
But now it's just there. But there's a lot of fun comics. Jay Moore was in the main room next door.
Yeah, he was just in Tampa. I was at one club and he was at the other one. Nice. Did you get to see any big guys or
not the big ones. There is, I mean, everybody on my show had 1 or 2 little credits and stuff.
Sure.
But they, it was fun because that improv lab room sometimes is really weird. Like I was like, oh, I don't have much fun. But this one they really packed it in.
Cool.
And then the improv paid me my $10.
For real?
Had to fill out a W-9. I was like, thank you, improv.
That's hilarious.
Because I headlined the show.
Oh, nice. Cool. All right, man. Dude. What? So and you were talking about Thanksgiving week. I got stuff Thanksgiving week too, but we'll do one more cast before that, right?
Yeah, we'll do. I mean, we'll do that next.
Because we got to promote. We'll promote it again next week. Because I got shows next week too that I'm doing over Thanksgiving. But so I feel like it might be a little Stump Rob time.
Do you want to do Stump Rob?
Well, let me ask you this. Do you have a dog of the week?
Yeah, I do have a dog of the week, actually, because we have a new Patreon member. I think her name is Lorette Hankin. And she kind of, when she wrote us that she was joining the Patreon, she goes, it's an interesting way that I found you guys, because she was actually the foster mom of the cat Megan and I bought. So when we got our cat, we posted a picture on the Humane Society, like, Dragon's doing great. And so she saw that and then found my social media stuff. So that's
awesome. Yeah.
The dog of the week is actually a cat.
That's all right.
Which is, I'm just going to show a picture of Dragon when we first got him.
Okay.
He is missing. He's missing a leg. You can see him here. This is when we got him. He was all shaved because he had just had his surgery. But he is the sweetest cat. Like, I always liked seeing your cat when he'd always get in your suitcase and stuff, or your mom's cat. So he is like that though. I
like his colors.
Yeah, he's super sweet. That's Dragon. Should have been Waffles.
Is that when he lost his leg?
Yeah, they had just removed it. I didn't realize. Like, I knew he was a 3-leg cat, but I didn't realize he had literally had surgery like 3 weeks before this, or 2 weeks.
How did could you say how it happened? Did you know?
What we learned is that he had initially broke it somehow, and then it got rebroken again. And then his owners gave him up, and then they had to do surgery. So it's kind of sad. He's been but
cute cat though.
Yeah. So the dog of the week is a cat of the week, and it's my cat. So but who is taken care of by our new Patreon member. So that's small world out there.
Oh, that's nice. What a cool way to find us too, because we were both going, who is this girl? We don't know her.
Yeah. So that was funny. But so
that's cool.
That's the dog of the week.
Dog of the week.
That's gonna bring me into my Fool news story that I have.
Okay.
And then that'll bring me into the Stump Rob. So we're really transitioning. I'm working on my transition.
Okay.
But this was I don't know if this is a fool, because they're kind of like me. But this is just a random story I heard of a guy that his collection of more than 70,000 Darth Vader items, he moved to Texas. So a man who recently moved with his wife from Washington, D.C., and I was so amazed at this story, because I first read the headline of moving 70,000 Darth Vader items, and then just seeing that he has a wife gave me so much hope that I can stay married to Megan with all my Lego and stuff.
Right.
I was like, see, there's other guys like me. But yeah. So he has 70,000 items related to Star Wars villain Darth Vader. So not even just Star Wars, it's all Vader. But it says Billy McBride moved to the Rio Grande Valley with his wife, Rebecca, and said he had started collecting Darth Vader items when he was young. And it is valued at he has spent $270,000 on Darth Vader items, which is, I don't know. I don't know if this is a good investment, because it's the dark side. So I feel like this could blow up in his face. But that's kind of the story. He had to move. And I just can't imagine how much it cost him to move all that stuff. Like, even if.
I'd like to see it. Was there a picture?
There's like a video link, but no no official picture.
Will you send me the link so I can maybe I can get a picture off of it?
Yeah, or we can put the link in to see the world's largest Darth Vader collection.
Is he the world's largest?
It says world's largest.
Oh.
I mean, I imagine it'd be weird if somebody has more than 60 to 70,000 Darth Vader items.
Yeah. There's one dude with 90,000 going, what the hell?
Yeah. Or there's a guy that's like, you got a duplicate. That's two of the same things. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know if that counts. But I don't know if he's a fool. I just thought it was such a weird, crazy story that reminded me of my collectible stuff.
Sounds like a fool to me, but yeah, he's foolish. Yeah. He's a little fool.
Just
fool doesn't
Darth
have to
Vader.
mean they're dumb. They're just doing something silly or something, you know?
Yeah, which is moving 70,000 items.
Or the fool could be his wife.
That's
awesome.
But that brought me in my Stump Rob, because I don't know if we've done this trivia, but I was going to do Star Wars trivia with you. Do you like the Star Wars movies?
I do love Star Wars, but I'm not very well versed in it. So I hope it's the kids edition that you're doing.
The questions I picked, I feel like we're going to give you this, because last time I feel like I just stumped you too hard.
You stumped me hard. Yes.
Yeah.
Which it did not feel good, Tommy.
No, and you're sick, so I want to make this easy. So this is question number 1. These are all Star Wars questions.
Okay.
And the first one is, in Star Wars, what do they call the invisible power that binds the galaxy together?
It is the Force.
Nice. Excellent work.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. This one might be tough. What is the name of Yoda's home? Do you know what planet he's from?
It's the one where they're shooting womp rats and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Do you remember what it's called?
Does it start with a B?
There's a B in it, so I could see that. Let me give you, it's either, is it Hoth? Is it the cantina? Or is it Dagobah?
Dagobah? It's the only one with a B in it.
I know. Good work, Rob. You got 2 for 2.
As soon as you started this, I was about to go, you better put some B's in these.
One of these better be a B.
Why would they say the Dagobah system, though? They used to say that a lot. Like, oh,
that's why I feel like he did say Dagobah system. So I don't know if the planet is I'm assuming it's planet Dagobah, but
yeah.
Dagobah in the Dagobah system. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's gonna be tough. Who is Luke's dad?
Well, I think we just answered this in the Fool news. I think it's Mr. Vader, wouldn't it be? Darth Vader?
Darth Vader is Luke's father. Do you think that guy maybe has some dad issues, and that's why he's so into Darth Vader? He's like, he's my dad.
Yeah.
Like that might be, he's trying to fill a void.
Yeah, it's funny you brought this up, and I don't know if we can talk about it right here, if it would be, but let's finish this first and come back to it, and I got something for you. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm 4 for 4 right now, aren't I?
Yeah. So I'll do or I think you're 3 for 3.
3 for 3, okay.
So if you get this one right, you've already won. We haven't stumped you, but you get the prize, the at-home edition of a little TomFoolery Stump Rob.
Okay.
Okay. So who kissed Princess Leia first?
Between.
I think it's between Han and Luke.
Well, Han did.
Yes, that is correct. Han kissed her first, and then Luke kissed his sister later. That was controversial and weird.
Yes.
But so I still don't know if George Lucas actually knew that they were brother and sister, if he had them do that. But whatever, family is family.
They're from the Dagobah system, which is like Arkansas.
Yeah, it's you're close.
No offense, Arkansas.
Yep, apologies to Arkansas. I think you nailed it. I think you got all of these.
Did I do it?
You did it.
Oh man, thank you. That felt good.
You are so good at Star Wars trivia.
There's not one Ewok question in there either. I was really waiting on that, or Chewbacca.
Well, I was going to give you like Disneyland trivia, because Megan and I had just spent the 2 days at Disney, or Disney trivia. But then I was like, well, technically Star Wars is owned by Disney now. So
there it is.
So it worked.
So speaking of dad stuff, guess what we found out this week? And I don't know, my sister finally came clean
about Brady's dad.
Yep.
Whoa.
We think we know who it is now. It wasn't anybody we were thinking. Somebody completely random. And we looked up his Facebook. He's got a Facebook and an Instagram, but they're both set to private. And we found out he lives actually down by me.
In Florida?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's definitely got the body style of Brady. They're both brown haired, brown eyes. They similar like head shape.
Whoa.
We think this couldn't be the guy, and he wants to contact him. And I'm like, this is a whole different beast, man. You can't just contact the guy. Like this happens all the time with ancestry.com or 23andMe. And guys get ambushed by the kids they did not realize they even had. And this guy is apparently married with kids. And so,
wow. Yeah, so that could
affect
his family, or depending on depending on all the timeline of everything.
Well, the timeline, he was married.
Oh, see, yeah,
that definitely throws a monkey wrench into it. So,
but I feel like if Brady reaches out, if he just wants to meet him or know him, he could do that discreetly, but not just showing up. But that's tough. And it's Brady's 21,
turned 20 this week.
20
last week. Yeah. But what you're saying is kind of what I was saying. But then I just said, hey, what do you want him to know, or what do you want to ask him? And his questions were not what I was expecting. He wanted to know why he left. And I goes, Brady, he might not even know you're alive.
Yeah.
This guy might not even know, And so all of his questions kind of had dealt with something about, don't you want to know me? Like all this kind of stuff. And I was like, he might not even know you exist, brother. And so we got to do it very carefully, and so hopefully if he does contact him, this guy will write him back and maybe not, be rude to him or anything. Maybe I told him to expect the worst and hope for the best.
Now, does Brady's mom know he's going to try to contact, or does she know?
Yeah.
That's why she kind of told him.
Well, no, he just finally cornered her and said, I want to know.
Wow.
Yeah. And yeah, not to make her look worse than she already does about it, but she wasn't even 100%. It was this guy.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was my sister lost a lot of weight and she became quite popular after that. And she enjoyed it. She enjoyed her popularity, apparently. It was a different time for me, man. Anyways, so I'm just more excited for him, but I don't want him to get his hopes up,
Okay. So this isn't a new segment like on this week's Dad of the Week.
I know. Well, it was kind of like the same thing with Luke in Darth Vader.
Yeah. Sorry. I didn't mean to make jokes. Sorry.
Darth wants to be his dad, but Luke's like, no. Right? Luke wants nothing to do with him. Anyways, so I have Fools in History. If you want to hear, man, we can go to the Fools in History. I got a few of them. I'll just pick a few. I actually have a lot of them because it's the last 2 weeks of Fools.
Gotcha.
But I'll just go through them quick. And if you want to talk about any of them, cool. The first one, though, within the last 2 weeks, this is in history of 1874, the Central Park Zoo hoax. Have you ever heard of this?
I don't think so.
The New York Herald publishes a front page story saying that all these animals escaped the Central Park Zoo, and they killed a bunch of people, and it all happened because a rhino got loose and broke a bunch of cages open, and it's very detailed, right? But at the very end, it says, of course, this entire story is given above is pure fabrication, and not one of it's true. Not one word of it's true. Whoa. And most people didn't even get that far. So people were in widespread panic in New York. So there's fools on both sides. Either the New York Herald is a definitely did something foolish, or the people of New York City are fools for that.
Yeah, that believed it and didn't get to the fine print.
Exactly. I don't know if you've ever heard of Dan White. Dan White was the guy who killed Harvey Milk in San Francisco. Do you remember that?
Oh, I mean, I saw the movie, so I learned about it.
Okay. Do you know what he claimed? Why? He said it was due to depression because he was on a diet of junk food and sugary drinks, and this has become to be known as the Twinkie defense.
I think I read about that. That is so weird that he would go like, yeah, it was fast food sugar that made me go bonkers.
Right? Twinkies made me do it. I don't know. I've done some stuff for Twinkies, but I'm never gonna kill somebody for it. That's ridiculous. So Dan White, you were definitely a fool, man. The people of the Oregon Highway Division, I'm almost positive you would have heard of this. This was something that happened in 1970. This week in 1970, a whale carcass came up on shore. And did you hear what they did to get rid of the whale?
Blew it up.
Blew it up.
Yes.
And was not expecting all the chunks to come flying down. Some of them destroyed a parked Cadillac, man. They were so big.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, Oregon Highway Division, you guys are definitely fools. This
like fun fools. That's a pretty like well, you want to push it? Like, we could push it, but I got all this C4 lying around. Like, we might as well.
You know, they had to know some of that was gonna be some big chunks, but they're like, who the hell cares? Let's blow it up. He's like, yeah, don't tell him. We're just do it. The next one I guarantee you know of too. This was in 1990. This week in 1990. Mr. Millie and Mr. Vanilli.
Oh no, the lip sync.
Millie Vanilli got caught lip syncing, and they actually had to give back their Best New Artist Grammy.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's kind of ridiculous. People do it all the time nowadays, but they're lip syncing their own songs.
Yeah, that's because they weren't actually the singers. Right. That's what's so crazy about their story.
And when they showed the real singers, they were just older black guys. Like, they were like, why not make them famous? They were still good singers.
Yeah, no,
that's the problem nowadays. Like, you go back in the 70s, there wasn't very many good looking singers, but it didn't matter because it was about the singing.
Sure.
You know, like Crosby, Stills, those four dudes,
Crosby, Stills, and Nash
and Young, the most goofiest looking dudes ever, but they harmonize like like angels, man.
Yeah.
Which it's too bad we had to go. So you got to be pretty to make it.
Yeah. Produce.
Yeah.
So produced. That's like our stand-up though. I mean, that's what they did to it. That's why we're so famous, because we were these just hot guys that are also funny, but they're always they're like, oh, you got to wear this vest and tie now, you know. So
yeah.
They really
you think I want to do that?
No,
you gotta do it for the fans, man. Last night I come off stage and this guy take a picture with me, and he pulls a sticker off my shirt and goes, "Hey, is this a new shirt?" And I was like, Jesus, yes. Oh man. Here's the one. This is a infamous fool. Richard Nixon this week was the Watergate scandal when he gave the speech, "I'm not a crook."
Oh, wow.
I'm not a crook. The actual line was, well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I got.
Oh, there was the after. Yeah. So he didn't just say, I'm not a crook, and go, blah, 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 like shake
right.
that they do on The Simpsons all the
Everybody does that. I know it. They did that on Saturday Night Live too. But yeah, he was a presidential fool.
Yeah.
I don't remember hearing about this, but I'm also not a big sports guy. And this week in 1968, fans basically trying to find what network it was. It doesn't say. They were watching. It was the big game between Oakland Raiders and the Jets, and the game had like a minute left, but it was time to switch over to the movie. So the movie Heidi came on, and the Oakland Raiders scored 2 touchdowns in 7 seconds.
while the movie
to win the game. Yeah,
wow.
that's why now they like if a game runs long, they just let it play. They don't switch over to the movie. And that's why when you go, they do switch over to the movie. They're like, and here's your movie already in progress.
Oh, got it.
But before that, they were like, screw the game. They just cut right to
people
the
want their watch. They want to watch Heidi. This game's over. There's no way they're going to score twice in 7 seconds. Oh, they did.
Yep.
That's
Isn't that
funny.
Insane? It was actually 9 seconds. Apologies. The next one, this week in 1991, the year I graduated high school, Trojan has an ad for condoms. It's the first condom ad on TV on US Network in 1991. But they only talked about the benefits of condoms controlling sexually transmitted diseases. Not once did they say that they were for birth control.
Oh, interesting. So it doesn't prevent pregnancies. They're like, this is just
keep the herpes off you.
Gotcha. All
but you'll get a baby probably if it breaks. I don't know. It's weird that they didn't say that. And then so it's Trojan, the company was fools there. But here's an infamous fool too. Michael Jackson. The balcony thriller. Do you remember this?
Yeah, when he hung his baby over the balcony.
Yep.
Right?
Fourth floor balcony in Berlin. It was in a Berlin hotel, and he hung his baby over to show people. But he had a blanket over its head.
Yeah.
And he's just doing that to show people. Like, what are you doing, Jackson? What are you doing, Mike? Come on, man. Right. And later he apologized for it, but I mean that was completely foolish.
Whoa, good fools. You got a lot of good ones.
A lot of fools, man.
We're backed up.
We were
got those fools out. That's
we
good.
Were backed up. Oh, dude. So you haven't brought up Megan in a while. You guys went on a vacation together and you went to Disney. Now, what's your favorite thing to do at Disney?
It was so fun. We love doing the Rise of the Resistance ride, which is the new Star Wars ride. It's interactive. It's one Megan can do though, because she can't like go upside down and stuff. Like she gets motion sickness.
That's how I am.
But this ride is so new that you have to at like 7 a.m. you have to log onto this thing, hit a bunch of buttons to get a boarding group. But like I watched YouTube videos. So like we've been on the ride because we went to Disney when like it first opened. But like this time I got boarding group 29. Like it was the earliest I've ever gotten it. So she was really impressed with me. It's hard to impress Megan with a guy like me, you know. Okay. So when I can do something like that, where we get to go on the ride where we want to go like right after the park opens.
I'm always shocked when adults enjoy Disney so much, and then there's a ton. It's more people enjoy it than more people like me who despise it. I literally cannot. I would never step foot in that place if my life depended on it. That's how much I did not enjoy it. I actually got stuck on the Small World ride.
Well, would be torture.
That was torture. And it just kept playing it. But it was like in German or something. I was in that section.
Oh no.
And it just kept playing. I was like, oh, this is horrible. And then I'd brought little kids with me. They were like my cousin's kids. I call them my nephews, but they came with me and it was like food or poop, constant back and forth. That's all we kept doing. And you wait in line like 3 hours to ride something that would break down 100 times before you got on it. And I don't know. And it was so expensive and everything. I was just like, oh.
I think Megan and I also we're the adult Disney fans, so we don't have kids. We're pretty laid back at what we want to do. So we pick our rides. Plus, she doesn't do the roller coaster ride, so I get in the single rider line. So there's a 40-minute line for Space Mountain, but I was on it within like 3 minutes. And like,
so wait a minute, you go ride rides? You ride rides without her?
Just Space Mountain. She'll do the Indiana Jones one, but yeah, like the Incredicoaster. But I can get on so fast in the single rider line. She'll go look at pins or because when we lived in Redondo, it literally was like 35 minutes away to go. So we got the annual pass. So it's just fun to walk around and look, and you eat a churro. It was this time since we had planned this one, we're like, all right, we're going to get there right when they open and stay. But you're like wiped out by the time it closes. So the second day we were there, Disney was actually closing early for something, and I was like, oh, bummer, we're not going to get the full time. But we actually ended up leaving earlier than that because we had to like get back up to LA to return our car.
Mhm.
But as long as and I got brought there as a kid, and my dad was always like, you just make it about the kids, like it's not going to be fun for the adult. Like you seem like you would have been, I bet they had the best time being with you because you
Yeah,
bought them all
I
what
did
they
everything
wanted.
they wanted. Yeah.
You let them go to the bathroom when they wanted. We
Yeah.
got in the weird lines. So like, but yeah, we just, I don't know, it's kind of a fun vibe.
Do you stay after to watch that water show?
They don't have them anymore during the
Oh,
pandemic for some reason because they don't want people congregating in huge groups.
okay.
So there was no fireworks and no water thing. I don't know, but we used to do that when we would go with our.
Wasn't that the
annual pass.
Fantasia show or something like that?
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's like Fantasia, which is really cool, but they like show video on water. It's wild what they can do. So I think I'll do that for my next special. I should really make it a water themed one. I bet Netflix would buy that. We just need, you and I need to team up, put in like, let's just invest, $200,000 in special effects for our special and do like 45 camera shoot maybe.
Wow.
So
One up our nose. I mean,
yeah, literally everywhere. Just everyone in the audience is each holding a camera. Like, wow,
that would be
every
awesome.
Perspective.
That would be cool.
But yeah, Megan's doing great. She had a blast. It was so fun for her to come to Ann Arbor. It was fun to bring her on the road because she doesn't always get to travel with me.
Yeah. Cool, man.
But should we wrap it up so you can take a nap?
Yeah, let's wrap it up, man. I know I'm dragging. I got another show tonight, man. Do you want to run back through, or no? We good at just doing them at the beginning, our dates?
You can remind people again if they've listened to the whole podcast where you're going to be.
Well, I'm really not doing it. I'm the only one I got is tonight that anybody can actually come to, and it's the Back Alley Comedy Club in Muskegon, Michigan.
Excellent. And again, I'll be at Acme next week, 24th through the 27th. Get your tickets now at TommyRyman.com or go to littletomfoolery.com, and that'll bring you a link to my website.
I wish I could be there.
I know it would be fun, but
yeah.
Are you never get to actually see each other physically? I guess not anymore.
Are you gonna have an opening act?
Yeah, I don't know who my opener are. Acme usually books it. I think it might be Linda Aarons, or I'm not sure. It'll be somebody good.
Okay.
And then my buddy Tim Harmson's going to be doing some guest sets because he's trying to make a little tape as well.
Okay.
Very funny comic. But
cool.
Yeah. But that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. This has been another episode of A Little Tomfoolery. We just want to thank you for always tuning in, listening wherever you get your podcasts, whether it be Pandora, Apple, wherever they are. And if you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to like and subscribe and share us. We're getting closer and closer to that 1,000 subscribers. We really, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube, subscribe because you can see what the dog of the week looks like. You can see what Rob's wearing. It really makes it more fun for the podcast. And as always, if you would join our Patreon, we would appreciate that. You can join us for as little as $1 a month. And if you go up, there's different tiers and you get little bonuses of posters, t-shirts are coming. So that's all great things. But if you want to figure out where to find all that, you can always visit alittletomfoolery.com. So this has been another episode of Little Tomfoolery. I'm Tommy Ryman. That's Rob Little. Bye, fools. Bye-bye.
Fool Nation.
Fools.